Hello everyone. Welcome to the second lecture of lesson 7 of your main reader Hornbill, The Adventure, written by Jayant Narlikar. Up till now, I have tried to give you a background of the story. I have tried to even summarize the entire story, and I have tried to talk about the two very important scientific theories based on which we will be able to understand the lesson better. Till now, we have read that um, Professor Gangadhar Pant Gaitonde, he met with an accident when he was thinking about the catastrophe theory and how it would have affected the third battle of Panipat, which was being fought between the Marathas and the Afghans. If the Marathas actually had lost, if the Marathas would have won, what would have been the future course of events? He was thinking about this when he met with an accident. जब वो उठते हैं कॉमा की कंडीशन से, तो अपने आप को एक पैरेलल वर्ल्ड में पाते हैं. वो वही वर्ल्ड होता है जिसके बारे में वो इमेजिन कर रहे होते हैं. वो वर्ल्ड होता है जिसमें मराठास जो हैं वो हारे नहीं होते, वो जीते हुए होते हैं. एंड because of their stronghold over India, the Britishers are not able to rule over it completely. Right? In fact, 1857 के अंदर ब्रिटिशर्स को अपना सारा जो काम है, जो उन्होंने फैलाया हुआ था, जितनी भी अपनी एजेंसीज इंडिया में फैलाई हुई थी, अपना जहां जहां पर उनका बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग रोल था, उन्हें सब कुछ वाइंड अप भी करना पड़ गया था. सो लेट्स ट्राई टू रीड कि जब वो पैरेलल वर्ल्ड में पहुंचते हैं, ही इज ऑन बोर्ड जीजा माता एक्सप्रेस, देन ही passes by the towns of Karjat, and then he passes by Kalyan, and he reaches Sarhad. Sarhad is a small place where there is an Anglo-Indian who is checking the permits. This is where I ended my last lecture. An Anglo-Indian is checking the permits. I repeat, permits are basically just like permissions, just like visas, which we need to have before going to another country. But ironically, इंडिया में एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाने के लिए भी परमिट की जरूरत थी. परमिट की जरूरत क्यों थी? Because Professor Gaitonde was coming from Pune, which was ruled by Marathas, and in Mumbai it was the rule of Britishers. तो जो Britishers थे वो इंडियंस के पहले परमिट चेक कर रहे थे कि वो यहाँ पर आ सकते हैं, परमिशन है उनके पास आने की या नहीं. This is where the British Raj begins. Hope this is now legible. You can read it more clearly now, right? Let's read. This is where the British Raj begins. You are going for the first time, I presume, Khan Sahib asked. So this is the co-passenger who had been traveling with Professor Gaitonde. So he says that now I think you have come here for the first time. This is the place where the British Raj, the rule of the Britishers begins. Yes, the reply was factually correct. Gangadhar Pant had not been to this Bombay before. He had not been to this Bombay. He had been to a different Bombay, जहां पर की हिस्ट्री जो है वो टोटली डिफरेंट थी. He ventured a question. He ventured a question. He abruptly asked a question. And Khan Sahib, how will you go to Peshawar? आप पेशावर कैसे जाओगे? So what does he say? This train goes to the Victoria terminus. I will take the frontier mail tonight out of Central. I will first go to the Victoria Terminus. Victoria Terminus in Mumbai. It is given at the bottom of your page. It is now referred to as Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus. It's a very famous station. From there, he will take the Frontier Mail and then he will go out of Central. How far does it go by what route? Bombay to Delhi. This is the route he will take to go to Peshawar, then to Lahore and then Peshawar. A long journey. I will reach Peshawar the day after tomorrow, and he will not need any permits to go to Peshawar. Thereafter, Khan Sahib spoke a lot about his business, and Gangadhar Pant was a willing listener. He was listening very carefully because he was getting information about the Bombay of the parallel world, a Bombay in which the economic condition, the condition of businessmen was not like that which he had experienced. For in that way he was able to get some flavor of life, some idea of life in this India that was so different. The train now passed through the suburban rail traffic. Suburban colonies set far from the main city. Those colonies which are set at a little distance from the main city, they are the suburban cities. So suburban rail traffic, say the train was passing, the blue carriages carried the letters GBMR on the side. GBMR means Greater Bombay Metropolitan Railway. Explain Khan Sahib. See the tiny Union Jack. Union Jack. British flag or the flag of England. Painted on each carriage, a gentle reminder that we are in British territory. The train began to slow down beyond Dadar and stopped only at its destination, Victoria Terminus. The station looked remarkably neat and clean because it was under the rule of the Britishers. They believed a lot in tidiness and cleanliness. अब तो Indians भी बहुत believe करते हैं और follow भी करते हैं. But at that time, the areas which were ruled by the Britishers were far better in terms of sanitation and cleanliness. The staff was mostly made up of Anglo-Indians and Parsis along with a handful of British officers. As he emerged, as he came out from the station, Gangadhar Pant found himself facing an imposing building. An imposing building? A huge building. The letters on it proclaim, the letters on it announce, it was written on it, its identity to those who did not know this Bombay landmark, that it was a landmark for the people of Bombay of that time and for anybody who came to Bombay. क्या लिखा हुआ था? East India House, headquarters of the East India Company. Prepared as he was for many shocks, उनको पहला शॉक लगा था जो हमारे सिलेबस में नहीं है कि वो अपनी हाउसिंग सोसाइटी में जाते हैं और वहां पर देखते हैं कि उनका घर ही नहीं है वहां पर. नेक्स्ट शॉक उन्हें लगता है हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल कि कुछ जगहों पर ब्रिटिश राज है, कुछ जगहों पर ब्रिटिशर्स का राज नहीं है और एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पे जाने के लिए परमिट लेना पड़ रहा है. फिर वो देखते हैं कि कैरेजेस के ऊपर जो है ब्रिटिशर्स का फ्लैग छपा हुआ है. Then what he sees is now that the East India Company headquarter is right here. Professor Gaitonde had not expected this. The East India Company had been wound up shortly after the events of 1857. 1857 में जो भी इंसिडेंट्स इंडिया की हिस्ट्री में हुए थे, उसके बाद ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी अपना सारा का सारा वहां का जितना भी कामकाज था उसको उन्होंने इकट्ठा कर लिया था और हटा दिया था, चले गए थे इंडिया से. At least that is what history books said when we have read it in our history books. Yet here it was not only alive but flourishing, and here there was an office जहां पर खूब अच्छे तरीके से बहुत ही ज्यादा लार्ज स्केल पर काम हो रहा था. So history had taken a different turn. History had taken a different turn. Something had changed. Something had gone in a different direction. This is what Professor Gaitonde was now trying to figure out. Perhaps before 1857, how and when had it happened? He had to find out कि ये अलग इंडिया और ये अलग हिस्ट्री मुझे कैसे विटनेस करने को मिल रही है. As he walked along Hornby Road, as it was called, he found a different set of shops and office buildings. जो उन्हें मुंबई जिसको वो जानते थे, उस बॉम्बे में, उस मुंबई में तो ऐसी दुकानें नहीं थी और ऐसे ऑफिसेस भी नहीं थे. यहाँ पर क्या था? देयर वॉज नो हैंडलूम हाउस बिल्डिंग. जिस बॉम्बे को वो जानते थे वहां पर हैंडलूम हाउस की बिल्डिंग थी. Instead, there were Boots and Woolworth departmental stores. These are departmental stores of England. तो ब्रिटिशर्स ने अपने डिपार्टमेंटल स्टोर्स की ब्रांचेस यहां पर खोली हुई थी. Imposing offices, huge offices of Lloyds, Barclays and other British banks. क्योंकि ब्रिटिशर्स का राज था तो उन्होंने अपने बैंक्स की ब्रांचेस यहां पर खोली हुई थी. As in a typical high street of a town in England. So what was it looking like? It was looking like a town of England with all the shops and offices and banks of England. English banks थे, English offices थे, English departmental stores थे. He turned right along Home Street and entered Forbes Building. Now Forbes Building is the building in which the office of his son Vinay Gaitonde was there. He was working there. I wish to meet Mr. Vinay Gaitonde, son of Professor Gaitonde. इन्हें मिलने के लिए he requests his doctor to help him board the train. He said to the English receptionist. अब जो receptionist है वो भी English lady है. She searched through the telephone list, the staff list, and then through the directory of employees of all the branches of the firm. उस ऑफिस के सारी branches के employees की list check कर ली. She shook her head and said, I'm afraid I can't find anyone of that name either here or in any of our branches. हमारी किसी भी branch में इस नाम का कोई भी person नहीं है. Are you sure he works here? Are you sure that he works here only? Now try to tell me that why Professor Gaitonde was not able to find his son Vinay Gaitonde in his office. Yes, he was not able to find Vinay Gaitonde there. Perhaps वो उस era में होंगे ही नहीं. वो विनय गायतोंडे तो उनके बेटे हैं तो प्रोबेबली तब बॉर्न ही नहीं हुए होंगे, राइट. एंड उनका जो ऑफिस है उसके अंदर उनकी जो लिस्ट ऑफ एम्प्लॉइज है उसमें उनका नाम कैसे हो सकता है जब ये इतने पुराने एरा की, पुराने ईयर्स की हिस्ट्री की बात हो रही है. वो एक पुराने पास्ट के वर्ल्ड में गए हुए हैं. दिस वॉज अ ब्लो नॉट टोटली एक्सपेक्टेड. एक और शॉक लगा, ठीक है, बट ही वॉज एक्सपेक्टिंग. इतने सारे शॉक लग रहे थे, इतनी सारी अजीबोगरीब इंसिडेंट्स हो रहे थे, तो ही वॉज एक्सपेक्टिंग दिस टू हैपन. If he himself were dead in this world, what guarantee had he that his son would be alive? Because he himself was not alive at that time. He might not have been alive at that time. So how could his son be there? Indeed, he may not even have been born. He thanked the girl politely and came out. It was characteristic of him not to worry about where he would stay. He was not very worried कि वो कहाँ पर रहेंगे, वो दिन कहाँ पे गुजारेंगे. His main concern was to make his way to the library of the Asiatic Society. He just wanted to go to the library and find out ये history जो मुझे पता है, ये उससे फर्क हिस्ट्री कहाँ पे कैसे हुई और ये क्या चल रहा है यहाँ पे. टू सॉल्व द रिडल ऑफ हिस्ट्री. ये जो मिस्ट्री है, रिडल क्या थी? रिडल ये थी जो हिस्ट्री उन्हें पता थी. यहां पर जो चीजें हो रही हैं, यहां पर जो इंसिडेंट्स हैं, डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द हिस्ट्री दैट ही न्यू. ग्रैबिंग अ क्विक लंच एट अ रेस्टोरेंट. फटाफट से खाना खाया. And he made his way to the town hall. When I was discussing the summary with all of you in the first lecture, I told you that he went to a library and there he read many books, and now this is the place where we are going to read line by line that what exactly did he experience in the town hall. टाउन हॉल का एक्सपीरियंस जो है वो यहाँ पर है. Yes, to his relief the town hall was there. अब उनके मन में चल रहा है, जब घर पहुंचा तो घर नहीं था वहां पर, बेटे के ऑफिस पहुंचा, बेटे का ऑफिस में ना बेटा था वहां पर. एंड जो मुंबई है, इट इज सो डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द मुंबई दैट ही knows. So he was having doubts in his mind. पता नहीं है टाउन हॉल वाली लाइब्रेरी वहां पे होगी या नहीं होगी, but it's a very old library, so it was still there. And it did house the library. Town hall was there and the library was also there. He entered the reading room and asked for a list of history books including his own. He asked for his own books which he was a historian. तो उन्होंने जो हिस्ट्री की बुक्स लिखी हैं उन्होंने वो भी मांगी. नाउ दिस इज इमेजिनेशन. जब वो उस एरा में रहते ही नहीं थे, वो एक पास्ट के एरा में चले गए हैं, तो वो अपनी लिखी हुई बुक कैसे मांग सकते हैं? वो तो बाद में लिखी होगी ना. इट शुड हैव बीन अवेलेबल इन द प्रेजेंट डे वर्ल्ड जब वो वहां पे आ जाएंगे. लेकिन वो हिस्ट्री में भी, पास्ट में भी अपनी बुक को देख लेते हैं, ढूंढ लेते हैं. सो हियर द एलिमेंट ऑफ फिक्शन, द एलिमेंट ऑफ इमेजिनेशन हैज बीन यूज. एक स्टोरी बतानी है तो राइटर ने अपनी इमेजिनेशन भी उसके अंदर यूज की हुई है. His 5 volumes duly arrived on his table. He started from the beginning. Volume 1 took the history up to the period of Ashoka. Ashoka तक के पीरियड की हिस्ट्री was mentioned. Volume 2 up to Samudragupta. Volume 3 up to Muhammad Ghori. These are the periods of history in India, right? And volume 4 up to the death of Aurangzeb. यहाँ तक when he read the history, he did not find any change in the history. The change evidently had occurred in the last volume. ये last volume में शायद कुछ ऐसा था where the history changed from the history that we all know and the history that Professor Gaitonde knew. Reading volume 5 from both end inwards. Both end inwards means that reading completely from the beginning to the end. अच्छे तरीके से पढ़ा उसको. Gangadhar Pant finally converged on the, he finally was able to come to the conclusion. He came to the conclusion on the precise moment, on the exact moment where history had taken a different turn. He was able to find out that point where history turned. जहां से history इस parallel world की change हुई है, वो history नहीं है which we all know. That page in the book described the Battle of Panipat, and it mentioned that the Marathas won it handsomely. I have been talking about it. I talked about it in my first lecture also, that the Battle of Panipat was fought by the Marathas and the Afghans. Can we make a note of it here? Battle of Panipat was fought by Marathas and Afghans. And it mentioned that the Marathas won it handsomely. Parallel world में Marathas won it, but in the real world what we all know, अगर आप आज भी हिस्ट्री की बुक उठा के देखेंगे तो मराठास ये वॉर को हार गए थे. ठीक है, तो पैरेलल वर्ल्ड में ये जो इवेंट है ये चेंज हुआ मेंशन था उन हिस्ट्री बुक्स में. Abdali was routed. Abdali was routed means defeated, and he was chased back to Kabul. उसको वापस काबुल भेज दिया गया था by the triumphant, by the victorious Maratha army led by Sadashiv Rao Bau and his nephew विश्वास राव. ये दोनों लीडर्स थे मराठास के, विश्वास राव और उनके अंकल सदाशिव राव बाऊ. The book did not go into a blow by blow account, into a detailed account. इस बुक में डिटेल्ड मेंशन नहीं था कि कैसे मराठास जो हैं वो जीत गए. Rather it elaborated in detail its consequences. लेकिन क्या डिटेल में डिस्क्राइब था कि कॉन्सिक्वेंस क्या हुआ, रिजल्ट क्या हुआ फॉर द power struggle in India. Gangadhar Pant read through the account avidly. He read it avidly with interest. Enthusiastically भी बोल सकते हैं. He read it enthusiastically. The style of writing was unmistakably his. The style of writing was unmistakably his, but the account he was reading for the first time. बहुत important है. जो स्टाइल है राइटिंग का वो तो उनका ही था, उन्होंने ही लिखा हुआ था, उनको लगा, पर वो उसको खुद पहली बारी पढ़ रहे थे. He wasn't familiar with what he had written. तो लिखा तो मैंने ही है, ये स्टाइल ऑफ राइटिंग मेरा है, पर ये जो मैंने लिखा है ये मैं पहली बार ही पढ़ रहा हूं, मैंने ऐसा कुछ पहले कभी पढ़ा नहीं हुआ. सो अगेन एलिमेंट ऑफ फिक्शन, element of fiction involved here, that he had written it and he himself was unaware of the content. हिस्ट्री क्या उन्होंने रिकॉर्ड करी है वो उन्होंने खुद ही नहीं पढ़ी हुई थी, राइट. Because the history had basically changed. Their victory in the battle was not only a great morale booster to the Marathas. अब क्योंकि विश्वासराव जीत गए, आगे बता रहे हैं, मराठास जीत गए तो जो आर्मी है उसका खूब मोरल बूस्ट हुआ, उनका कॉन्फिडेंस इंक्रीज हुआ पूरी आर्मी का। दे एस्टैब्लिश द सुप्रीमेसी इन द नॉर्दर्न इंडिया, उन्होंने अपनी सुपीरियोरिटी बना ली, अपना डोमिनेशन प्रूव कर दिया पूरे नॉर्दर्न इंडिया पे। अब मराठास रूल कर रहे थे। The East India Company, which had been watching these developments from the sidelines, was side से, it was not in the center of the action, it was just seeing कि मराठास का और अफगान्स का लड़ाई का क्या रिजल्ट होता है, क्योंकि वो मौका ढूंढ रहे थे कब मराठास हारे और वो अपना जो रूल है एक्सटेंड कर पाए इंडिया में। Got the message and temporarily shelved its expansionist program, उनको ये मैसेज मिल गया कि मराठास जीत गए हैं और उन्होंने अपनी एक्सपेंशन पॉलिसी, अपना जो राज को वो एक्सपैंड करना चाह रहे थे, अपना जो रूल है वो कुछ एरियाज में लिमिटेड था, उसको वो एक्सपैंड करना चाह रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा मराठास जीत गए हैं, नाउ दे विल नॉट बी एबल टू, द ब्रिटिशर्स विल नॉट बी एबल टू एक्सपैंड themselves. For the Peshwas, the immediate result was an increase in the influence of Bau Sahib and Vishwas Rao, who eventually succeeded his father in 1780 AD. They were able to, the Peshwas were able to, the Marathas, the Peshwas are the Marathas only. Fine. They were able to become more strong in India, and eventually Vishwas Rao succeeded his father. The troublemaker, there was another person who was causing a lot of problem. Dada Saheb was relegated, was demoted. He was given a lower rank. To the background, and he eventually retired from state politics. He had created a lot of trouble for Marathas. तो दादा साहेब को जो है एक लोअर पोजीशन दे दी जो स्टेट ऑफ अफेयर्स हैं उसमें, और जिसकी वजह से उन्होंने पॉलिटिक्स ही छोड़ दी। To its dismay, the East India Company was trying to spread to its helplessness. उनके डिस्ट्रेस का कारण था, उनकी अपसेट होने का कारण था। द ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी मेट इट्स मैच इन द न्यू मराठा रूलर विश्वास राव। दे मेट अ वेरी वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग रूलर इन विश्वास राव। जैसे ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी इंडिया के ऊपर अपना एक राज फैलाना चाहती थी, अपनी अथॉरिटी बनाना चाहती थी, उन्हें उतना ही अथॉरिटेटिव एक लीडर दिख गया विश्वास राव। He and his brother Madhav Rao combined political acumen। अब दोनों, ये पूरी हिस्ट्री चल रही है जो चेंज्ड हिस्ट्री है, हमारी प्रेजेंट हिस्ट्री जो हमने पढ़ी हुई है, इट इज नॉट दिस हिस्ट्री। इस हिस्ट्री में क्या हुआ था, मराठास जीत गए, विश्वास राव जो हैं वो लीडर बन गए। अपने ब्रदर के साथ उन्होंने क्या किया, पॉलिटिकल एक्यूमेन, एक्यूमेन मीन्स पॉलिटिक्स की स्किल, डिसीजन लेने की स्किल्स, और अपनी ब्रेवरी, वैलर मीन्स ब्रेवरी को कंबाइन करके सिस्टमैटिकली एक्सपैंड किया अपने इन्फ्लुएंस को ऑल ओवर इंडिया। दे एक्सपैंडेड देयर इन्फ्लुएंस ऑल ओवर इंडिया। दिस इज व्हाट ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी वांटेड टू डू, बट it is the Marathas who did it. The company was reduced to the pockets of influence. Pockets of influence? Pockets of influence means some limited areas. The East India Company was pushed back and it was ruling in some limited areas near Bombay, Calcutta and Madras. Bombay is now Mumbai, Calcutta is now Kolkata, and Madras is now Chennai. Just like its European rivals, the Portuguese and the French. पोर्चुगीज और फ्रेंच ने भी इंडिया के ऊपर रूल करने की कोशिश की थी. So just as the Portuguese and French were made to just rule a few areas in India और उनको ज़्यादा expand नहीं करने दिया था, Britishers were also pushed back and were not allowed to expand their rule all over India. So it is different, na? In actual reality, the Britishers were able to expand their rule all over India. So in the parallel world, what Professor Guy Tonde has found out in the history books that the Britishers were not able to rule the complete India. For political reasons, the Peshwas kept the puppet Mughal regime alive in Delhi. उन्होंने कठपुतली की तरह मुगल्स को रूल करने दिया, जस्ट लाइक अ पपेट. गवर्नमेंट in the 19th century, these de facto, very important, these de facto means in reality, the Maratha rulers from Pune were astute enough to recognize these means Marathas. In reality, the Marathas were able to astute means chatur. Clever to assess a situation. इनको इन मराठास ने रियलिटी में सिचुएशन को असेस कर लिया. क्या असेस किया? एनफ टू रिकॉग्नाइज द इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजिकल एज डॉनिंग इन यूरोप. यूरोप में क्या हो रहा था? टेक्नोलॉजी जो है बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ रही थी, बहुत ज्यादा एडवांसमेंट था. तो इन्होंने सोचा Marathas ne, because they were very smart rulers, they wanted India under them to develop, so they wanted science and technology to develop in their own country also. They set up their own centers for science and technology. So the Marathas developed their own centers for the development of science and technology. Here, the East India Company saw another opportunity to extend its influence. So साइंटिफिक लोग, टेक्नोलॉजिकल लोग इंडिया के पास आएंगे कहां से? ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी को लगा इट विल गिव इट्स पीपल एंड ट्राई टू ओवरपावर इंडिया. They were accepted only to make the local centers self-sufficient. People from the East India Company were taken by the Marathas, but not to rule over India, just to make the local centers of science and technology working, make them self-sufficient, make them competitive enough to be at par with the टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट्स ऑफ यूरोप. जितनी टेक्नोलॉजिकल एडवांसमेंट यूरोप कर रहा है, उतनी एडवांसमेंट के लिए इंडिया में पेशवाज ने, जो मराठाज हैं, पेशवाज एंड मराठाज आर सेम, उन्होंने साइंस और टेक्नोलॉजी के सेंटर्स बनाए, ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस बनाई. उनमें ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी के लोगों को रिक्रूट किया सिर्फ अपने यूज के लिए, अपने बेनिफिट के लिए, कि हम भी साइंटिफिकली एंड टेक्नोलॉजिकली डेवलप हो जाएं. The 20th century brought about further changes inspired by the West. In West, यूरोप भी वेस्टर्न कॉन्टिनेंट है, तो वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज का, वेस्टर्न कॉन्टिनेंट का इंडिया पर और इफेक्ट हुआ. इंडिया मूव टुवर्ड्स अ डेमोक्रेसी. अब वहां पर इंडिया में डेमोक्रेटिक गवर्नमेंट की फॉर्मेशन हुई. बाय देन the Peshwas had lost their enterprise, they had lost their kingdom. अब पेशवाज जो हैं वो किंगडम अपना खो चुके थे, and they were gradually replaced by democratically elected bodies, the democratic form of government in which the government is chosen by the people. That form of government was finally um, emerged in India in the 20th century. The Sultanate at Delhi survived even this transition. Even during this while at Delhi the Mughals were ruling, because it wielded no real influence, because they actually had no influence over the activities happening in India. India की पॉलिटिकल डेवलपमेंट, पॉलिटिकल ग्रोथ, इकोनॉमिकल ग्रोथ पे दिल्ली में जो लोग रूल कर रहे थे एट दैट टाइम, जो मुगल रूल कर रहे थे, उनका कोई खास रोल नहीं था, इसीलिए वो रूल करते चले गए दिल्ली में. The Shahenshah of Delhi was no more than a figurehead to rubber stamp. वो सिर्फ एक रबर स्टैम्प का काम कर रहा था, फिगर हेड था, सिंबॉलिक था, कहने को तो वो वहां का रूलर था, पर वो एक रबर स्टैम्प था. द रिकमेंडेशंस मेड बाय द सेंट्रल पार्लियामेंट, जो भी सेंट्रल पार्लियामेंट बोलती थी उसके ऊपर वो स्टैम्प लगाता था. सो ही वॉजंट रियली making his own decisions. As he read on, Gangadhar Pant began to appreciate the India he had seen. He began to appreciate the India he had seen in the parallel world, because वो वही India है which he had been imagining when he met with the accident. It was a country that had not been subjected to slavery. That had not been enslaved by the white man. The white man, of course, are the Britishers. It had learned to stand on its feet and knew what self-respect was. It was a self-dependent country. From a position of strength and for purely commercial reasons, it had allowed the British to retain Bombay as the sole outpost on the subcontinent. Outpost is like a चौकी, एक छोटी सी एरिया जहां पर आप अपना मिलिट्री बेस बना सकते हो, आप अपना पुलिस बेस बना सकते हो, एक बेस, ठीक है ना, लेकिन ये मेन बेस नहीं होता, इट्स अ स्मॉल एरिया. तो अब इस पर्टिकुलर पैरेलल हिस्ट्री में the Britishers were allowed to make a base, were able to exercise their control only and only in Bombay, and that too because of commercial reasons, because उनसे इंडिया को commercially, इंडिया को इकोनॉमिकली बेनिफिट मिल रहा था, इसीलिए ब्रिटिशर्स को रहने दिया पूरे इंडियन सब कॉन्टिनेंट में से सिर्फ एक जगह पे, और वो था बॉम्बे. That lease was to expire in the year 2001, and 2001 में ये वाली लीज, ये वाली एग्रीमेंट भी खत्म होने वाली थी. ब्रिटिशर्स को यहाँ से भी हटना ही पड़ता, according to a treaty of 1908, according to a agreement of 1908. Gangadhar Pant could not help comparing the country he knew with that he was witnessing around him. He could not compare the country he knew. What he was witnessing was the parallel world with different history, and Gangadhar Pant could not help comparing the country he knew. What did he know? the present day India with the history we know. How did Marathas win the battle? To find the answer, he must look for accounts of the battle himself. What he read in the fifth volume, he had asked the librarian to give him the volumes of the history of India. So when he went through the 4 volumes, he saw that history has not changed at all. In the fifth volume, he saw that history had changed. Battle of Panipat का जो result था, that was in favor of Marathas and मराठास वन. और उसके बाद क्या क्या हुआ, इंडिया जो है एक इकोनॉमिकली स्ट्रॉन्ग कंट्री बन गई, एक प्रोग्रेसिव कंट्री बन गई जिसमें ब्रिटिशर्स ने कभी भी रूल नहीं किया था. नाउ ही वॉज क्यूरियस टू नो कि आफ्टर ऑल हाउ डिड द मराठास विन. वॉट ही न्यू वॉज कि मराठास तो हारे थे, बट हाउ डिड द मराठास विन. वो कौन सा एपिसोड था, कौन सा मोमेंट था जहां पर मराठास जीत गए. He went through the books. To find the answer, he must look for accounts of the battle itself. He went through the books and journals before him. At last, among the books, he found one that gave him the clue. It was बाहू साहेब बांची बाकड़. बाहू साहेब बांची बाकड़ में उन्हें एविडेंस मिला कि एक्चुअली मराठास ने वॉर कैसे जीती. Although he seldom relied, although he seldom believed, he seldom trusted the Bakards for historical evidence. वो बाकड़ पे ज़्यादा विश्वास नहीं करते थे. Why? Because according to him, Bakards में manipulated evidence होती है. Whatever record is there is not very accurate, is not very true, is not very correct. He found them entertaining to read. उनको read करने में बहुत मजा आता है. Sometimes buried in the graphic but doctored accounts. But the Bakards were doctored accounts. They were manipulated. They were tampered. They were inaccurate. He could spot the germ of truth. कहीं ना कहीं उनको एक छोटा सा स्पेक, छोटी सी इंसिडेंट दिख गई जो कि उनको ट्रूथ लग रही थी. जर्म ऑफ ट्रूथ, स्मॉल रियलिटी. He found one now in a 3-line account of how close Vishwas Rao had come to being killed. Actual reality में Vishwas Rao had died. So he read a very close account, बहुत ही नज़दीकी अकाउंट, बहुत ही ज़्यादा प्रिसाइजली लिखा हुआ था कि एक्चुअली में हुआ क्या था और 3 लाइन में बताया हुआ है. एंड देन विश्वास राव गाइडेड हिज हॉर्स टू द मेली. मेले मीन्स अ crowd where the elite troops were fighting. The elite troops means the troops of the अफगान्स प्लस मराठास. तो जहां पर ये मराठास और अफगान्स आपस में लड़ रहे थे वहां पे अपना हॉर्स लेके गए एंड ही अटैक्ड देम एंड गॉड वाज मर्सीफुल एंड गॉड वाज काइंड. अ शॉट ब्रश्ड पास्ट हिज ईयर इवन द डिफरेंस ऑफ अ तिल. एक तिल के समान का जो एक डिस्टेंस था, एक सेस में जितना डिस्टेंस था, वुड हैव लेड टू हिज डेथ. अगर उतने से डिस्टेंस से वो बुलेट ना बची होती, दूर होती, तो वो बुलेट उनको लग जाती और वो मर जाते. सो दिस वॉज द कैटेस्ट्रॉफिक इंसिडेंट in the catastrophe theory which changed the course of history. अगर उन्हें बुलेट लग जाती तो वो हुआ जो हम सबको पता है, मराठास का मोराल डाउन हो गया, मराठास जो हैं वो डिफीट हो गए, अफगान्स जीत गए और ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी ने मौका उठाया एंड मौके का फायदा उठाया and was able to rule over India. But here, according to this account of the Bhakar, the bullet did not hit Vishwas Rao. So this account is of Bau Sahib बांची बाकर, ये उसमें से पढ़ा है उन्होंने। ये जो पूरा अकाउंट है ये इन्होंने इस बुक में से पढ़ा है। At 8 o'clock, the librarian politely reminded the professor that the library was closing for the day. Gangadhar Pant emerged from his thoughts. Looking around, he noticed that he was the only reader left in that magnificent hall. इतने बड़े हॉल में सिर्फ वो ही रह गए थे। I beg your pardon, sir. May I request you to keep these books here for my use tomorrow morning? By the way, when do you open? So 8 बजते हैं and the librarian tells him that it's time to close the library. When Professor Gaitonde looks around, he is the only one left in the library. He tells the librarian to keep the books there only. He will refer to them tomorrow and he wants to know when does the library open. At 8 o'clock, sir. The librarian smiled. Here was a user and researcher right after his heart. Here was a person who was using these books, who was trying to do research about all that he wanted to experience right after his heart. He wanted Indian history to be like this. It was his heart's desire to see India be a superpower and not be enslaved by the Britishers. तो वो ये सोचते हैं कि यहाँ पे इन किताबों को वो यूज़ करेंगे जो एक रिसर्च करना चाहते हैं अपने दिल की इच्छा, जो दिल में दबी हुई एक बात है उसके बारे में। As the professor left the table, he shoved some notes, he pushed some notes into his right pocket. जो भी notes वो बना रहे थे वहाँ पे उन्होंने अपनी right pocket में डाले। Absent mindedly, बिल्कुल ध्यान नहीं रहा, he also shoved the भाकर into his left pocket. और ये जो भाकर read कर रहे थे उसको अपनी left pocket में डाल दिया जल्दबाजी में। He found a guest house to stay in and had a frugal meal. Frugal means a simple meal. He then set out for a stroll towards the Azad Maidan, a walk towards the Azad Maidan. Azad Maidan, as I have told you in my first lecture also, is a very famous Maidan. Even now in Mumbai, large public meetings are held in Azad Maidan. In the Maidan, he found a throng, he found a crowd moving towards a pandal. So a lecture was to take place. Force of habit took Professor Gaitonde towards the pandal. जब भी कभी ऐसे lectures होते हैं, seminars होते हैं, publicly बोलना होता है तो प्रोफेसर को बहुत आदत थी ऐसे seminars में जाने की, तो वो वहां पर चले गए। The lecture was in progress. Lecture already चल रहा था. Although people kept coming and going because it was an open public meeting, people were coming and going. But Professor Gaitonde was not looking at the audience. He was staring at the platform जो stage बना हुआ था. Professor Gaitonde continuously उसी को देख रहे थे. As if he was mesmerized, as if he was spellbound, because he was a very good orator. There was a table and a chair, but the latter was unoccupied. The chair was unoccupied. The presidential chair unoccupied. What is the presidential chair? The presidential chair is the chair of the chief guest, guest of honor. कोई भी ऐसे इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सन की जो चेयर है वो खाली है. The sight stirred him to depths. It just shook him. Like a piece of iron attracted to a magnet, just like iron, just like a piece of magnet, जैसे चुंबक को चुंबक एक लोहे के पीस को अट्रैक्ट करता है. He swiftly, he quickly मूव टूवर्ड्स द चेयर, और वो भी उस चेयर की तरफ चले गए. द स्पीकर स्टॉप्ड इन मिड सेंटेंस. जो भी स्पीकर बोल रहे थे वो बीच में ही रुक गए. टू शॉक टू कंटिन्यू, but the audience soon found voice. The speaker could not say anything what is happening. He wasn't expecting somebody to come and sit on the chair of the chief guest. Fine. Before he could say anything, the audience started saying, vacate the chair. This lecture series has no chairperson. Away from the platform, mister. The chair is symbolic. Don't you know? ये chair हमने सिर्फ रखी हुई है as a symbol, पर इस पे बैठता कोई भी नहीं है. What nonsense! Whoever heard of a public lecture without a presiding dignitary? What is this nonsense Professor Gaitonde is saying? Have you ever heard of a lecture without a presiding chief guest, without somebody who has the authority? Chief guest. Professor Gaitonde went to the mic and gave vent to his views forcefully. Expressed his views. Ladies and gentlemen, an unchaired lecture is like Shakespeare's Hamlet without the Prince of Denmark. Let me tell you, this is an allusion. Allusion क्या होता है? Allusion means we take reference from another story of an incident, event, person or thing and try to relate it in our story without actually talking about it in detail. जितना important Prince of Denmark शेक्सपियर के प्ले हैमलेट के लिए है, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट, इंडिस्पेंसिबल, उनके बिना प्ले ही नहीं हो सकता, उतना ही इंपॉर्टेंट प्रेसिडेंशियल चेयर पे किसी का बैठा होना जरूरी है. बट द ऑडियंस वॉज इन नो मूड टू लिसन. Tell us nothing. We are sick of remarks from the chair, of vote of thanks, of long introductions. Usually ऐसा होता है जब भी कभी कोई अवार्ड फंक्शन होता है या कभी भी कोई प्राइज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन सेरेमनी है, अगर आपने रामलीला वगैरह देखी है या ऐसी पब्लिक स्पीकिंग देखी है तो अक्सर बहुत सारा जो टाइम है वो इसी बात पे स्पेंड हो जाता है कि चीफ गेस्ट का वेलकम करना है, चीफ गेस्ट कुछ बोलेंगे जो रिलेटेड हो या ना रिलेटेड हो टू द टॉपिक of the day, but there is a lot of discussion and long speeches by the chief guest or the guest of honor which the people don't like and they get really bored. Fine. तो वो यही बोल रहे हैं कि ये वोट ऑफ थैंक्स और ये बोरियत भरी चीजें, ये बोरिंग चीजें हमें नहीं सुननी है, इसीलिए हमने प्रेसिडेंशियल चेयर को खाली रखना पसंद किया है. We only want to listen to the speaker. We abolished the old customs long ago. We just removed these old customs, these old traditions of having a chairperson long ago. Keep the platform empty, please. But Gangadhar Pant had the experience of speaking at 999 meetings. वो 999 lectures दे चुके थे and had faced the Pune audience at its most hostile. The Pune audience was the most unfriendly audience. He kept on talking. He soon became a target for a shower of tomatoes, eggs and other objects. लोगों ने उनके ऊपर tomatoes, eggs फेंकने शुरू कर दिए. But he kept on trying valiantly, but he kept on trying to speak ब्रेवली, क्योंकि उन्हें आदत ही नहीं थी बीच में लेक्चर छोड़ना, लोगों का ये वाला रवैया देखना, बिहेवियर देखना. ही wasn't used to it, so he kept on speaking to correct this sacrilege, to correct this violation of law. ये जो लॉ से हटकर एक रूल बना हुआ है, कस्टम बना हुआ है, इससे हटकर आप क्यों ये सब कुछ कर रहे हो, आपके पास चीफ गेस्ट क्यों नहीं है, इस बात के ऊपर प्रोफेसर बोलते गए और बोलते ही चले गए. Finally, the audience swarmed to the stage. They just crowded onto the stage to eject him bodily, to throw him off. उनको उठाकर स्टेज से फेंक दिया. And in the crowd, Gangadhar Pant was nowhere to be seen. जब ट्रक के साथ एक्सीडेंट हुआ था तो गंगाधर पंत की बॉडी नहीं मिली थी ट्रक ड्राइवर को. अब क्राउड में से लोगों ने उठा के बाहर फेंका, दोबारा भीड़ में गंगाधर पंत की बॉडी नहीं मिली. सो यस, इट्स अ फिगमेंट ऑफ इमेजिनेशन, लेकिन इसको, इन दोनों एपिसोड्स को, इन दोनों इंसिडेंट्स को कनेक्ट किया गया है. एक बार जब बॉडी डिसअपियर हुई तो पैरेलल वर्ल्ड में चली गई, अगली बार जब डिसअपियर हुई तो वापस पैरेलल वर्ल्ड से रियल वर्ल्ड में आ गई. This is the end of this lecture. With the remaining part of the lesson, we will meet you in the next lecture. Till then, keep watching. Do read the lesson once again on your own and try to see that you have understood the lesson.